This man is trying to save a girl lying on the ground. He leans down and gives her mouth to mouth. A woman passing by is so shocked she collapses on the spot. She panics and thinks he is doing something inappropriate and immediately calls the police. That night, the man is taken to the police station. Someone walks up and calls him a monster who hurt a child, but the man has a low IQ and cannot defend himself. He just keeps shouting that he wants to go home. Not long after, he is sentenced to death by the court and sent to prison. After the captain learns about his crime, he smashes a phone hard against his head, and the man is sent to the most terrifying cell number 7. When the inmates see the verdict, they are furious. The leader jumps up from the ground. Without hesitation, he slaps him hard. The man is in pain and tries to run, but others throw a blanket over his head and pin him down. Everyone forms a circle, taking turns venting their anger. Just like that, the man begins his days of suffering. Only during yard time can he relax a little. He squats in the corner quietly, drawing something on the ground with a stick. Suddenly, he notices a group nearby. They stare at the leader of Cell 7 with hostile eyes. That group walks down the steps, silently getting closer to the leader. The man panics. He is simple and kind-hearted. He does not want anyone to get hurt, so he rushes toward the leader and pushes him away. But he takes a heavy stab himself. The leader survives and quickly knocks the attacker down. But the man lies on the ground in pain, unable to speak. Back in the cell, the leader feels confused. This clumsy, simple guy does not look like someone who would harm a child, but he does not think too much about it. Instead, he asks the man what he wants. He never owes anyone a favor. There is nothing he cannot get in this prison. After hesitating for a long time, the man finally says, The leader is stunned, but since he already promised, he has to figure something out. So, during a church performance visit, he sneaks the child into the performance group, then takes her backstage in the chaos, and has Jerry hide her inside a box. They push the cart all the way to cell 7. Inside the cell, the girl climbs out of the box. Not only is she not afraid, she looks around at them with wide, curious eyes. The leader asks if she is scared, but the girl ignores him and stares fixedly at the corner. The man turns around and his eyes widen. He cries out and crawls over, holding his daughter tightly in his arms. In front of her father, the girl instantly softens. She waves her little hands, crying and asking why he left without saying goodbye. But the father cannot explain it himself. He just keeps apologizing. The other inmates have never seen anything like this. They stand there watching the reunion. Even the leader does not dare to interrupt, afraid of alerting the guards. But while the leader stays silent, Lake in the green uniform loses it first. If they are caught sneaking someone in, their sentences will be extended for sure. So he rushes to the door and shouts for the guards through the bars. The inmates panic. The girl begs him not to tell, but Lake shouts louder and louder. They finally cover his mouth, but it is already too late. The girl quickly hides behind the door, sitting on the ground in despair, crying helplessly. Facing the guard, Lake stammers nervously, just as he is about to say the truth. The girl suddenly grabs his hand. Lake freezes instantly. The girl shakes her head while crying, begging him not to say anything. Lake struggles inside, his face twisted with conflict, but in the end he speaks. Everyone lets out a sigh of relief, but the guard frowns. He throws down a piece of bread and leaves angrily. After the guard leaves, the girl jumps back into her father's arms.